whatever you're doing, put it away, turn your phone, so the screen's facing down, close the other tabs and listen closely. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to fall asleep in 40 seconds. 40 seconds or less, right? For the most people it will happen a lot faster. And what you've got to remember with this is it's not something that you can just do immediately. There's some degree of setup to this, right? So it's not just something that you can just fall asleep tonight and do in 40 seconds. But if you learn this technique, if you listen to what I say here and if you apply it, once you know how it works, you will be able to fall asleep really fast within 40 seconds or less. And that's something which I think would be very useful for a lot of people. Most people find it hard to fall asleep. They maybe we've all been there, right? We try and lay down, we try and go to sleep, and it takes ages, sometimes even hours. And all you really want to do is just lay down, fall asleep, and wake up the next day. So here's what you do. Okay, and this technique is, if you could even call it a technique, this sort of method, this way of doing it is comprised of a few different stages. So the first stage, right? So you lay down, you're going to go and get ready to fall asleep. At this stage, you want to make sure you do the following, okay? So you want to make sure that you've been to the toilet, okay? If you need the toilet, go to the toilet, make sure you're feeling comfortable, and, ideally don't drink any water for the, say, last 3 hours of your day, 2 to 3 hours. Because that's just going to mean you're going to need the toilet halfway through the night, and that's going to interrupt the process. So make sure you've set this up right. 2 hours before going to sleep, you've stopped drinking water, you've stopped eating. Your digestive systems need to be resting, so they're not going to be interfering with your, trying to fall asleep and that sort of thing. Make sure you go to the toilet and then lay down, right? But sorry, I should have said before you lay down, make sure you've turned off all your lights. There's no artificial blinking noises or lights. There's no flashing LED lights from chargers and things like that. We all have them, don't we? Across the other side of the room, you might have left your PlayStation on or something. Turn everything that can give off any sort of light off. And make sure, again, that there's no light coming into the room through the door cracks or through, the outside. Make sure your curtains are drawn so there's no light coming in. And the same goes for sounds as well. The same goes for sounds, like maybe if you've got your computer on standby, that might be making sort of like a whirring noise or something like that. Last thing you want is you're trying to fall asleep and you've got this whirring noise of the computer. Turn that all off. And then you'll come to the second stage, which is the actual technique of the actual 40-second technique for falling asleep. While this will work for everyone, it will take you varying degrees of time to get this to work. It might not work the first time for everyone. But here's what you do. You lay down, okay, you relax all of your muscles. You make sure that you're completely and utterly relaxed. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, leave a comment now saying something like, let me know what you think of this technique, if you think this is going to work for you or whatever. So you relax all of your muscles, okay, and there's various different ways of doing this. It's been called the 61-point relaxation technique. There have been all sorts of relaxation methods, right? But again, for falling asleep fast within 40 seconds, you need to make sure that your muscles are all relaxed. Every single one of your muscles needs to be completely relaxed in order for you to fall asleep fast, and in order for you to fall asleep quickly. You need to make sure that especially your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, and to some degree your chest and stomach, but it's mainly in the upper body that we carry the most tension when we're sleeping. So focus on that and relax, especially your jaw and neck. And you'll be surprised if you try this. You'll be surprised how much tension you actually carry in those areas without even realizing it sometimes. And then you're going to get into a place where you're starting to feel sleepy. You're going to start to feel more relaxed. Don't close your eyes yet. Now, this might sound counterintuitive because you assume that when you're trying to go to sleep, you're going to close your eyes, right? Don't close your eyes yet. Okay, just stick with it a bit longer. Leave them open. And what you'll find is that once you've relaxed all of your muscles, your body will naturally want you to close your eyes. And this can happen anywhere from 10, 20 to 40 seconds, okay? But your body will start to have the urge to close your eyes. And because you've done that groundwork, okay, because you've eliminated all distractions from your room, you've relaxed your muscles, you've, laid down in a relaxed state, when you actually do close your eyes, after 40 seconds or so of trying this, you will find it very, very easy to fall asleep. Easier than almost anything else because your body is ready for it. Whereas what a lot of people do is they will force their eyes to close. They'll lay down and they'll force themselves to close their eyes when in most cases they're not even tired or they're not ready for bed. And what it does is it creates this thought pattern in your head of, my eyes are closed, why aren't I falling asleep? And that is essentially what holds you back from falling asleep. It's that thought process and that cyclical thought pattern, which you can avoid just by not closing your eyes straight away. And I know it sounds probably too simple to be true, but that's how it works. That is how you fall asleep within 40 seconds or less. It might happen faster. It might even take you a bit longer. It might take you, say, 90 seconds or something like this. But for the vast majority of people, you're going to be out like a light.